So you can see Miquela is nothing but an avatar. And many people will be wondering, how is she able to actually respond to people and pay attention to all the things? How did she do that? It is something that is controlled using thoughts through what you call computer brain interface. They told you it would happen between 2015 and 2020. If you go on YouTube now, you can see the video and see when it was first published on YouTube. How many years ago? And now we are here and it is happening. Did you ever think you're going to meet an avatar on social media who is controlled via human thought using computer brain interface? Talking like a human being, deceived the whole world into believing she was human until she was exposed and outed by another CGI, Bermuda. We are progressing. Let's continue to see some of the other things that have happened between 2015 and 2020.
Android robots to replace people in manufacturing tasks.
Australia is testing an apple-picking robot. The robot uses a combination of cameras and deep learning algorithms to scan trees and detect fruit, which requires it to process information about the shape, orientation, and the branch location. The robot can grip the apple with a specially designed pneumatic-operated soft grip that does not injure the fruit. The gripper can retrieve more than 85% of all apples on a tree, and the robot itself can identify more than 90% of the apples in its camera field of view at a distance of just over 1 meter. The machine can operate in all light and weather conditions and at speeds of 7 seconds per apple. Construction robots also made their mark this year. There were no such spectacular ones as the HRP-5P, but the Bowbot from Australian startup Princestones also looks good. It's an electrically driven robot that reaches its destination on cross-country tracks at speeds of just over 3 kilometers per hour. It can overcome stairs and thresholds, carry loads of up to 500 kilograms, and work for 8 hours without any recharging. Bowbot can be controlled from the display on the robot and from a smartphone, as well as by setting points on a pre-made map. The robot is equipped with cameras, its own lighting, and a robotic arm with a range of up to 1 meter and an accuracy tolerance of less than 1 millimeter. The robot arm is designed to handle a variety of tools and can both wrap a screw or weld metal and lay bricks. In the future, after thousands of hours of training and simulation, the robot will be able to work not only with humans, but also with other robots, and this would let the human only supervise the construction.
Android robot servants for every home.
The Toyota Research Institute showed its version of home robots not so long ago. The company's engineers are trying to solve 2 problems: teaching robots to perform everyday tasks around the house, and to overcome the limitations imposed by the unpredictable environment of each individual home. The latter task is partly solved by Toyota's new robot hanging from the ceiling, but it's also unlikely to be implemented in the existing modest-sized Japanese dwellings. Rather, these are developments for future homes and apartments. Samsung's home robots. The smart and dexterous bot Handy can determine what material an object is made of in order to calculate the force required to maneuver it. The robot can pick up laundry, load the dishwasher, set your table, pour wine, and even bring your drinks. Cameras on the robot's head and limbs are responsible for object recognition. For maneuvering and manipulation, only the robotic arm, which can rotate at 3 points, specifically in the shoulder, elbow, and wrist. The arm ends with a universal grip that works with objects of different sizes and shapes. The robot can move around the room on a platform, turn from side to side, and rise to reach higher objects. Robotic Kitchen is already quite functional. The system is sold together with furniture and utensils as everything is adapted for optimal robotics work based on proven industrial manipulators. The specially designed gripper can not only use spatulas and ladles, but also, for example, crack eggs, use a blender, or turn on the water. The robot takes ingredients from human-prepared containers, but beyond that, the entire cooking process is fully automated. The robot was trained with the help of a camera recording the cooking process and its verbal description. Breaking down the recipe into simple steps such as stir, flip, salt makes it fairly easy to teach the robot new dishes.
Android robots to replace people in manufacturing tasks. Android robots for every home. Did you not see that now? I just showed you the video example of what they're talking about. We have them already. 2021 robots. This was not 2020, 2021, and these were manufactured between that same 2015 and 2020. In 2021, look them up. They are all over the place. They are into manufacturing. Do you know how many millions, hundreds of thousands to millions who have lost their jobs to robots in manufacturing, in warehouses, even in homes? In fact, there are hotels today in Asia where robots are the only people who serve.
Thank you. Something very strange about saying thank you to a robot. You probably know Alibaba for its e-commerce platforms, but the Chinese tech company is branching out. It's aggressively testing and implementing tech concepts that span from retail to restaurants and even hotels. This should open with facial recognition, let's see. I've come to Alibaba's futuristic Fly Zoo Hotel, which is a stone's throw away from its headquarters in Hangzhou, and almost everything you can imagine here is automated. I'm not sure if this is cool or creepy. Every table has its own QR code, so using the Alipay app, I simply open the app, and then it immediately shows me the restaurant along with the menu, and from there, I'm ready to start ordering. Pork, chicken, fried rice, and just like that, I've ordered dinner. You found me. Thank you. Ah, there's more. So there's multiple layers. I've come to the bar here at Fly Zoo Hotel where once again I'm greeted with a QR code here at the table. And perhaps unsurprisingly behind me, I see my drink is being made by, you guessed it, a robot.
I just told you about a motel where robots are the prostitutes who get paid to sleep with men. They are taking over. Little by little, gradually, they are taking over. And we are just like the frog in the warm water, thinking that, oh well, it doesn't matter, it's never going to get so bad until it gets really bad. Android robots. They now make robots that know how to cook soup and cook stuff. They have robots that will help to wash the dishes at home. Toyota is one of them. Hyundai is one of them. They are making these robots. These big car companies are making these robots. And they are taking over. And we are seeing them happen every day. In no time, in split seconds, you will see those things will spread all over the world. To the point that even your richest man in Africa, Dangote, also deploys the services of robots in some of his companies, his warehouses. It's going to get to you in Africa. It's going to get to you in Asia, in Middle East, everywhere. How many car companies do you go to today and see people doing the works that robots are doing today? And once the robots take over, no human comes back to take those jobs. It's forever. Those jobs are gone and gone forever. What plan Bs are you making for your life and for your future? Or are you just sitting over there and proving them right that humans don't think that we are just momentary individuals? Let's go forward and see how this progresses.
Thought-driven mobile communications built into the body or sprayed onto the skin.
Thought-driven mobile communications that are built into the body or sprayed onto your skin. Does that sound familiar at all? All these injectables that they are forcing us to receive, that they are compelling us to receive left, right, and center, these are all thought-driven mechanisms, thought-driven devices, mobile communications. You will have something inside your body, and then some other gadget somewhere else is used to communicate with you. You have literally become like an electronic gadget. You are accessible by other electronic gadgets. Have you not lost your humanity already by that? Isn't that what it means to lose a soul? How can you have a thought-driven gadget planted in you or sprayed on your skin, and information can be sent to you, or you can send information to a gadget that is not living, that is not even a human being? Telepathic communications will go rampant everywhere. You will be there hearing voices You can even hear a voice that will tell you, go and hit your head on the wall, and you can't resist it. You will do it. You will hear voices that will tell you, punch that person. You will punch, and something will go wrong. You don't control your own emotions anymore. You don't control yourself anymore. In the book of Revelations, the Bible tells us if you take the mark of the beast, you have lost your soul. You can't go to heaven anymore. Because why? It is your soul that is redeemed and sent to heaven. And when you've lost the soul, what then are you taking to heaven? That's what the Bible says. You can make it if you take the mark. He's talking about the mark of the beast. They put this in the public domain more than a decade ago. Is it that we didn't know, or we just didn't pay attention? And he's also talking about avatars, telepresence avatars that will be in foreign lands and be controlled by a human thought to present for you, so you don't need any business trips anymore. Many people are going to have to start learning to stay where they are now. That's why traveling now, we haven't even started at all, but look at how tough it is to travel around the world. How difficult. It's going to get far worse than this. This is not fear-mongering. This is not conspiracy theory. This is reality. You are watching it unfold by your own self. This is where we are headed in the world today. Are you prepared? Are you psychologically and mentally prepared? Or are you just going to wait for this thing to come upon you and then you go like, I want to kill myself. I want to commit suicide. That's why I sound this alarm, to have us prepared so that these things will not take you by surprise. They have all this planned out for humanity. It's all leading us towards an era where humanity, as you know it, as created by God, has to go extinct. Unfortunately. And it doesn't look like there's anything we can do to stop it. Let's go forward.
2020 to 2025, an autonomous system providing life support for the brain and allowing it interaction with the environment is created. The brain is transplanted into an Avatar B. With Avatar B, man receives new, expanded life.
An autonomous system providing life support for the brain and allowing it interaction with the environment is created. Autonomous system. Remember, all along, they've been telling you about avatars that are controlled by a thought from a human being, by the human thought, using the brain-computer interface. Now, they are moving from just thought-controlled avatars to avatars carrying real human brains. They have now developed a system that can host a human brain in an avatar. So these robots that you see today that are passing Turing tests, that are looking almost like a human being, they will now become full-blown humans, like they are real humans right now. Because once you have the brain, what else is left? Can you imagine when our real brains can now be harvested and planted into avatars? With our thought alone, look at what these avatars can do. Miquela was able to deceive the whole world. Imagine when she has the real brain of the person whose thought she is using to deceive everybody. You will never be able to distinguish between Miquela and a normal human being. She's producing music all over the place. She has songs. Look her up. She has songs, music videos. She has views. The world we live in now is a world of views. Social media is all about views. So even if you're a demon, come on, once you can get views, brands need you. It's all about views, likes, reactions. So now that they have been able to transfer the brain to the avatar, the robotic human copy, let's see what happens next after that.
2025. The new generation of avatars provides complete transmission of sensations from all 5 sensory robot organs to the operator.
By 2025, this new generation of avatars that must have flooded our world will then be able to provide complete transmission of sensation from the 5 robotic sensory organs. Transmission of sensation. So what this means is that the same sensation you get from a woman when she's angry, when she's happy, when she's emotional, maybe even when you're making love to her, or something, whatever sensation you get from a human being. Robots have about 5 sensory organs. And through those 5 sensory organs, they're going to transmit complete sensation, complete transmission of sensation. Because why? They already have the human brain in them. And now they can transmit sensation. Tell me why all these guys in Asia and other parts of the world would not want to prefer a robot like that to a real, normal, natural woman. There are so many people today who are married to robots as I speak to you. And the reason, number one reason of 90% of them is that this robot doesn't give me any problem. I'm never going to go through divorce with this robot. It's not going to ask me, why didn't you come home on time? Why did you do this? Why didn't you buy me flowers? Why did you do this or do that? They don't want any stress. They don't want any burdens. So they just buy the robot and keep it home. And now when they can make love to the robot, and the robot can give them all the feelings of a woman. Imagine that. Who is going to now pay attention to our sisters again? They have a mega plan. In Japan, I told you this, you can look it up for yourself. A certain age bracket in Japan as of today, about 35 to 36% of that age bracket prefers to get married to robots. They prefer life with a female robot than with a normal natural woman. It's happening. In Korea, the same thing. You see many of them. All these people in Asia, I'm sure in China, more even. They're getting married to robots. And the more perfect and the more human-like the robots become, the more you see this happening on a larger scale. We are becoming the machines they want us to be. We are approaching the post-human era faster than the speed of light. And it just looks as if nothing is happening. And that's what gives me the greatest worry ever. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm doing this. And hopefully, this will help somebody. Let's go forward and see the conclusion of the whole matter.
2030 to 2035, Rebrain. The colossal project of brain reverse engineering is implemented. World science comes very close to understanding the principles of consciousness. 2035, the first successful attempt to transfer one's personality to an alternative carrier. The epoch of cybernetic immortality begins.
To transfer one's personality to an alternative career. Do you see where we are going now? If you have avatars, why do you have to be present anywhere? You can take Joseph Okechukwu, transfer into a career and just kill him. Let him just go. We can reproduce Joseph somewhere because now brains can go into the avatars. So just transfer my personality into a career and then reproduce me holographically somewhere, or reproduce me anytime you need me. So the physical me doesn't have any need to occupy space anymore. Get rid of this person. Harvest what they have and get rid of them. We can reproduce them in our avatars. This is reality. I'm not making any of this up. They told us many years ago. They put it on YouTube. We were not paying attention. And look at it's happening before our eyes. If we didn't see Miquela, if Detroit Become Human didn't show us that series, everybody would think, oh, well, they said it. Well, where is it now? Did it happen? Well, it's happening. Hello, it's happening. And it's going to get everywhere because these guys are relentless. And finally,
2040 to 2050, bodies made of nanorobots that can take any shape arise alongside hologram bodies. 2045 to 2050, drastic changes in social structure, and in scientific and technological development. All the prerequisites for space expansion are established. For the man of the future, war and violence are unacceptable. The main priority of his development is spiritual self-improvement. A new era dawns. The era of neo-humanity.
Boom! Conclusion of the matter. A new era dawns. The era of what? Neo-humanity. Go on Google or anywhere, type neo, N-E-O, neo, space, humanity, and tell me what that tells you. Neo-humanity is post-human. An era in which human existence is off, is gone. Humanity, as you know it, gone extinct. Neo-humanity. They tell you nanorobots, bodies made of nanorobots. They are talking about demons, but they are calling it bodies made of nanorobots. Did you see the image on your screen? These bodies are made of nanorobots. The way they tell us that aliens are alien, they just call it alien, but these are demons, but they call them aliens. They always find a very cute name for all these evil manifestations in our world. A new era dawns. The era of new humanity. That's the end of the discussion. That's the final bus stop. This video is on YouTube. 2045. A new era dawns. Look it up on YouTube and watch the whole thing, so you can understand why I scream and yell and cry for everybody to wake up. I keep making reference to what happened in 2020 when this whole COVID-19 shutdown happened. Many people reached out telling me they were going to commit suicide because they were taken by surprise. They did not prepare. Meanwhile, as far back as 2010, 2011, I was already speaking on the emergence of that situation or scenario that played out in 2020. People were reaching out to me. Joe, when you said this, we thought you were crazy. We called you conspiracy theory. I have messages, text messages. People who called me names when I told them. In the United States, I was moving from one state to another. They were calling me and said, this guy, man, you need to go and just drink your medicine and rest. That's the problem when God sends people to tell us the truth. Sometimes, see there, you just have a problem with the messenger and then reject the message altogether, or you just don't want to be bothered because you don't feel that you should get some extra knowledge. Oh, I don't want to get to know too much. How much do you already know? How much is really too much? For lack of knowledge, my people perish. It's in the Bible. God said that. As I always do, I call on you, my dear friends. Amend your ways with God. Amend your ways with God. The Lord destroyed this world during the days of Noah, when the angels came and were coming into sexual relations with humans. When they were producing those giants, and God destroyed it and said, no, this is not what I created this earth for. The earth was created for the normal, organic, genetic human being that God made. These are the people God made the earth for. The moment you bring another strange being on earth or a set of avatars on earth, the earth will reject them and God will destroy everything in it. And that's where we are headed right now. That's why I'm raising this alarm and issuing these warnings. Prepare ye, prepare ye, prepare ye. For the die is cast and the time is come for us to reassess and reevaluate our ways with God and make amends where the need arises. I pray that the Lord will be with all of us and give us the grace to do the right thing when we should, so that in the end, we will not do all that we have done so far and end up losing our souls. I don't want to gain the whole world and lose my soul. May that not be our portion. In the most exalted name of our Lord and King Yeshua HaMashiach. Amen. I love you. Stay vigilant and stay blessed always.